Hello out there in video land. Hello out there in radio land. We're live and in color over here at HABSOLUTELY on Wednesday. It's almost noon. We got a little bit of an early start on. Guess who this is over here?
Je suis Jean-Louis Filion.
Okay, make sure he's coming in loud and clear. That's awesome. Yeah, everything looks good. John.
In deux, trois, quatre.
We are in the doldrums.
The doldrums?
The doldrums.
I thought we were in 4680Q.
Well, we are in 4680Q. And
it is a bit doldrum here.
But this time of year, right between now and September the 13th, it's kind of a doldrum because there's really not a lot going on. We're getting all excited for the Prospect Challenge. And guess what?
What?
There's 4 teams in the Prospect Challenge this year.
Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa.
And the Winnipeg Jets.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's going to be a little bit different than last year where it was just, I think, the Leafs in Montreal. So that's going to be interesting because the Jets, they have some good prospects over there too, right?
I think it's just great that Montreal is doing this now on their home turf. So it's excellent opportunity for the fans to see the young Habs.
Yeah, and I saw the ticket prices were like $10 and $25 for the lower, closer to the ice.
So very reasonable for like kids to go see a hockey game and see like actual NHL prospects playing hockey.
Yeah, and these are the guys that are Demidov and that. They're the guys you want to see, right?
Well, you want to be able to see excellent hockey, and that's what you're getting a chance to see.
Yeah. So between now and really the next few weeks, there's not going to be a lot happening unless Hughes pulls the trigger on some kind of a big deal or something. And we'll be talking about that in a minute after we go through some other stuff here. But that is probably the only thing that's going to happen. Struble signed, so he was going to go to arbitration. He didn't go. So there's really not much other than these little 3-on-3s and the World Junior Showcase. And then we'll talk about all that later. But even though we're still sitting on the edge of our seats in case Hughes, it's always A2, expect the unexpected. And Hughes could pull the trigger. And there's one name that's kind of bubbling to the surface all the time,
Well, the one thing that, I felt that way this morning too. I got up and like the weather here is a little bleak. It's, the sun is finally starting to peek out. But I turned on the TV and I saw that Rebuild Part 2 is coming August 21st.
Yeah, the series that they had last year.
I got excited just watching the trailer for it to see, how the Canadians have improved so much, so many different things going on, and they encapsulate it in about 90 seconds to 120 seconds. It was great.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. That's
when you really think about the way the season last year progressed, from, starting out kind of soft, people got excited when we picked up Patrick, we started putting pucks in the net. Then we went kind of cold. And then we came back and we had a very solid finish in the end and made the playoffs. It got exciting.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're going to be looking at this year. Once we get through this prospect showcase, which is going to be great, then you got your training camp that's going to open, right? And that runs. Yes. Then your exhibition games, 4, 5, or 6 exhibition games. And bang, we're right into the season. And, of course, we play our foes, the dreaded Maple Leafs first, and then the follow-up with the Wings in Chicago.
Is it October the 5th, right?
I think October the 8th it starts for Montreal.
Today is the 6th.
No, the season starts October the 8th. And,
so we play the 9th.
And we play against the Leafs in Leafland.
September. So we have
60 days.
Yeah.
Something like that.
No. Is it only 60 days?
Well, 30 days in September.
It's amazing.
Today's the what?
It's 60 days.
Today's the
63 days, maybe 64.
Yeah, today's the 6th. So we got 25 days and 30 days in September, and then another 8 days. So 25 and 30. That's got to be somewhere around 63 games.
63.
Somewhere around there. If I use
63 days,
old style math.
Yeah, I put my slide rule out. Add it up. Use a few fingers.
Yeah, we used to use slide rules.
Slide rules. Can you imagine slide rules?
I just don't even understand how they worked.
Unbelievable. It was exactly. It was complicated enough to do a multiplication on a slide rule. You do it quicker in your head.
Yeah, well, we could because we grew up doing that, right?
Absolutely.
But it's hilarious. But yeah, so there are some great little dates here that are coming up that are going to be very interesting. And of course, ooh, if Hughes drops the deal into
Drops
our
the
laps, yeah, ooh, that's going to be really good.
We will see. We will see. We'll speak about that.
Expect the unexpected, everybody. A2, that's the order of the day with Hughes. You never know. Okay, let's go to some viewer comments.
All right.
Because we had a new person saying something. We had Gary Cornoyer back, and he says, I still see, because we were talking last week a lot about the defensive pairings.
Right.
We went into that a little bit last week, and he said, I still see Matheson Hudson, Gooley Dobson, and Carrier with Jack-Eye or Struble together on the ice, and Reinbacher being the number one in Laval. So Reinbacher's going to be the star.
I mean,
Laval.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I think we'll see Reinbacher over, but I think he needs a little time coming back from last year. So I think Gary's right on the money here.
I think Reinbacher played 10 games at the end of the season and then played all playoff games. Okay?
Yes.
So he played well, and each game he was progressing better. I think he was his hockey sense was coming back to him. He was, reacting quicker to, the puck and what was going on with it and, where to place it. I think Reinbacher is 6'3". I think he's 205 pounds currently. I mean, he's great size right now. So again, I think he's only 21. So for him to continue to grow and to mature, to be and being now Logan Mailloux is gone, Reinbacher becomes definitely the number one D in Laval.
I'd say so.
Means he's got the most regular ice time, 5-on-5. Means he should be definitely on the PK constantly. And he probably will be on the PP as well, which is where he kind of needs to improve a little bit more offensively, to jump into the play. And that's why it's good for him to spend that time in Laval, to get all that opportunity to continue to develop.
Yeah,
the fact that is it Cormier just told us about how we're so solid on D already up front. It's like, okay, let these 7 guys, battle it out for the team, and let Reinbacher spend that time developing rather than either being in the press box or being a third line D.
And we know if there's any kind of injuries, and there usually is during the season, he could jump up real quick.
Easily. But this is a great time for Reinbacher to get his development hours in, basically, his development playing in, because he missed a large majority of it last year due to injury.
Yeah, and Gary also says, where is Dach? We don't see him in Broussard with the other players skating, and I think that's a real red flag. Is his rehab going well? We need Colombo to investigate. Great video, boys. Go Habs, go. So I agree with him with that. Dach hasn't been around, although he was on the ice once in Broussard. I saw that. But, yeah, it's really strange that the management is saying he's fine, he's good to go and everything, and yet he's not on the ice with the rest of these guys only once. So, I kind of have to wonder how candid management is being with the fans here in the media as far as the condition of Kirby Dach. And we'll find out soon enough.
Well, last week, what happened? There was a huge wedding.
Yeah.
Okay?
He wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
He wasn't on the dance floor.
I didn't see him.
If you can't dance, you can't play hockey. It's that simple, people.
He's doing the lane, the Seinfeldy lane.
if you can't dance, you cannot play hockey.
You don't have a chance.
And Dach wasn't out dancing. And that tells it all. Kirby Dach is not going to start the training camp. He's not. That is official as of today.
No.
Yes.
You heard that for sure.
That broke this morning.
No, he's not going to start.
Absolutely.
Oh, see, I never saw that.
Yes.
There you go.
So,
breaking news.
That is breaking news, mon ami.
There you go, Gary. That says a lot right there. Your concerns are justified, mi amigo. I'll tell you that right now, mon ami.
we have some problems with Kirby Dach.
We have dock problems.
Uh
We're not going to be docking this year, maybe.
yeah, it is a bit of a problem. He is questionable to start the season. It doesn't look like he will be at training camp.
Oh, we might have to go down to Broussard or to Laval for conditioning himself.
So he's still recovering from knee surgery.
That says something right there, because that he's been off a long time with that.
Exactly.
So that's
and you
scary.
know, like a knee is very precious, obviously, being a skater. So
He's not a dancer. Maybe he hurt his knee break dancing.
well,
He broke his knee.
I mean, come on, he couldn't even go. He couldn't even be at the wedding. Come
He
on,
broke his
Like,
knee. He couldn't dance.
it's a problem. So
Wow.
that is the biggest disappointing news I've heard, maybe in the last 2 months.
I'm not that disappointed,
Why is that?
because I think we have somebody who can step in and take that second line center. I don't think Doc is. I think this is it for him. He's an RFA next year. I mean, it's either this year or no year. He's gone.
Well, I mean, it's definitely Kirby's disappointed, I'm sure. I mean, you know, this was
Yeah.
a big year for him. We had expectations, just like we just spoke about David Reinbacher,
Yeah.
and we have those expectations for him. But we see a very solid path for David Reinbacher right
Yep.
now. Now with Kirby Dach, that's scuttled.
Yeah, there's no easy path.
And we definitely thought we had, like, Kirby Dach was going to start the season as our second line center, and we were going to find out within the first 10, 15 games where we sat.
Yeah, well, now it's gonna
Now this is like the fly in the ointment.
And how game ready is he gonna be if he does come back?
He's not going to be, and,
Right.
and that's what we saw with with Patrick. When Patrick came back, he was not game ready. Really, I mean, he was ready for PP. He could definitely put that puck in the net, but to play that 200-foot game, to play both ends, he wasn't there.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. See, that's another twist now. I just heard that now myself. That was breaking news for me too. So
That's
we'll
what we
see where
do.
that
That's
goes.
what we do here at Absolutely.
We watch.
break the news. Okay,
Yeah,
we're right on top of things.
we broke
For two old geezers, we're there.
we broke the dock. Okay, at Vince Houdon, our buddy Vince. Easy trivia.
Easy.
Easy trivia. Al McNeil, I'll have fan my age remember the PR blasting the coach, the pocket rocket, blasting the coach for
How
benching
old
him.
is?
I'd say Vinny's like 180.
Oh well, there you
He's
go.
got the knowledge of
Yeah,
a
for
180-year-old guy.
Yeah, he's like
He's
Mr.
good.
NHL. Yeah.
He's good, Vinny. He's good. Then went out and won Game 7, a classic moment in Habs history. Belleville wins his last cup that year ever, and Dryden his first cup of many.
So
Yeah, so he's right on it. My Habs obsession began that spring as a little kid. He claims he was a kid in 1970.
I don't believe that. I think Vinny was around when the Stanley Cup was like this high.
Yeah, I think so. And so he'll know the answer to my trivia question this week.
Ooh.
I'm giving a hint out there. Belleville wins his last cup, Dryden his first cup of many. My Habs obsession began that spring as a little kid. Tell Paul that, yes, Jean Perron did win a cup in 86. He wasn't well liked, and Nyland always referred to Perron as Puddinghead. You're the best, Vinny. You got
I like Puddinghead. That's a pretty good nickname.
You got all the inside scoop there, Vinny.
Puddinghead.
Thanks a lot for that comment. That's a great comment. I love it.
Well, somebody else was called Puddinghead. Like it's from some kind of a show.
High school?
Or
Was it
whatever.
some guy in
No,
high
not
school?
in high. I mean, like it was like some cartoon character.
At Vin Houdon, he wasn't finished though. He's got more.
Ugh.
Last week, you never responded about what you think about Noah Dobson. Well, Vinny, I agree with him. What do we think about Noah Dobson?
Oh, we're excited.
He
He's
says,
going to be top. I thought I said last week, Noah Dobson is a top 10 NHL defenseman. We have 2 of the top 10 NHL defensemen playing for the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, he says with his size and speed, along with the great shot, he's going to not only replace Savard, he's going to one-up him. That's what I said. He's going to one-up him. Younger and better.
totally different player, really.
Yep, yes, Savard had the experience and a Stanley Cup under his belt. Will be missed, but Dobson is going to bring a skill set that perhaps Savard never had.
Absolutely.
Time will tell. It's an exciting time to be a Habs fan, Vinny. So
it's always an exciting time to be a Habs fan.
So that's our take on Dobson. This guy's going to be one of our mainstays, and he's going to be our mainstay for a long time, not just for this year or next year. He's going to be here for a while, and he's going to be good. He's going to be really good. And Gary Cornwoye, again, Liney and Demidov duo on the same line is a good start to solving our second line blues. We just have to find a responsible center, and I think Kapanen should get a chance. His 200-foot game is good enough, and his offensive potential could be unlocked centering these two with Demidov being the driver on that line. And I can't argue with that, Gary. I can't argue with that. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be the guy, but hey, I have a hard time arguing with that one.
I mean, we talked about it. Who did you say was going to be? Kapanen. I love Kapanen.
Yeah,
I think he's a great. He's definitely a candidate.
Yeah, he's definitely.
I think that's the right. And also, who's speaking about that?
Gary Cornwoye.
Gary, that's the right logic. From within. That's the right logic right now.
And we'll see in training camp how everybody performs. But hey, we may well see Kapanen if Dach is out.
We've acquired 3 or 4 players this year who are going to be on the team. Okay, right at the get-go. Unless they do something terribly wrong at training camp.
Well, okay? Bolduc is the other guy
that
that
exactly.
may be there.
And so there's 2 other guys, I believe.
Oh, I mean, we've got Sammy Blaze. We got Valeno.
So
Joe Valeno.
Of those 4, and Dobson. Of those 4, 3 of them should definitely be on the team.
I think
so. So we've acquired enough players to take care of the players that left during free agency.
And it could just come down to training camp.
So now I think, like Gary is talking about, that we don't start trying to rush out and acquire somebody. I think we continue to build from within. And I like that logic.
Yeah, and that's why, I mean, Hughes is not giving away any of our star players for somebody who, that's all there is to it. He just doesn't do that.
No, and we'll talk about a little later. I've heard some rumors about certain situations, and I totally disagree with them.
And a new subscriber to the channel, Stephen Smith.
Steve Smith.
Welcome, Stephen Smith. Looking forward to watching your show. A Habs fan for over 65 years.
Wow.
He's like half of what Vinny is. Half of a Habs fan.
That's large, though. 65 years?
That's like us.
Congratulations.
That's like us.
Well, I don't know. 65 years, that's I guess that is like us.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Stephen Smith. We appreciate that. We love to have another guy who's been there 65 years waiting and enjoying the great times and living through
enjoying all the years.
Well, we had to live through the late 90s and 2000s until we hit about 3 years ago.
But now look where we are.
Yeah, look where we are. See, it pays off.
Absolutely.
It's only a matter of living long enough, something Toronto Maple Leaf fans will never do.
Sadly. Our heart goes out to you, blue and white.
Well, that's the one thing about
said homage. I mean, I saw a guy on the weekend. Huge music festival in Montreal at Osheaga.
Oh, yeah, and he's wearing a Leaf jersey?
88, I think 88, Nylander's number. Walking around with a Nylander sweater on.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, people felt sorry for this guy.
Yeah. Well, the one good thing about us Habs fans is that when we did go through that bad, we could turn to Toronto Maple Leafs fan for guidance because they know what it's like. But we digress. So we've been Habs fans all our life too there, Stephen Smith. And so it's great to see you join the party here at HABSOLUTELY. Feel free to share the video with other Habs fans. Go Habs, go. And leave your comments, of course. We love your comments.
Everybody's always joining the party. Drew Deeks just texted me.
Oh, yeah?
And he's listening in today.
There you go. See, everybody's here.
It's fabulous.
Drew Adika.
Drew Adika. He could have been at Osheaga at the music festival.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not going to Brassard to see this little prospect challenge because he did, I think, last year.
Never say never.
Yeah, never say never. Yeah, it could be. And so now we got through the comments here. We got to move to
Habs trivia.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, Vinny. Vinny, I know you're 180 years old, Vinny. I know you are. And you got all the answers. But let's see if you get this one. Now, this is an interesting one, John and Vinny and Stephen Smith and Gary Cornwoye and Claude LeMay and everybody else.
Juadica.
And Drew Alika. Let's see if our viewers can jump on the way back machine with us and get this one right. Let's go back to the 1923-1924 season when the Habs, our beloved Habs, beat the Calgary Tigers in the best-of-3 series to win the Stanley Cup.
First of all, I don't think I've ever heard the name Calgary Tigers in my life. Okay, let's just be clear on that.
There you go. Now you have, right?
Okay, exactly. You learn something. You know what? You listen to Absolutely. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, like this is the history of Montreal Canadiens.
Calgary Tigers.
Yep.
Wow.
And they promptly almost lost Lord Stanley's Cup forever by misplacing it.
I've heard some stories about the cup being misplaced.
Fortunately, it was recovered, and the rest is hockey history. How did they almost change hockey history forever by losing the Stanley Cup? I'm going to give you four ways.
So, I've heard about the cup being drop-kicked into the Rideau Canal. Okay?
Yeah.
So, just saying.
Okay, just number one. Coming back from Calgary on the train, they left it in the back of the train and forgot to take it with them, and it went off with the train when the train left.
Choo-choo.
Number two, celebrating the win, they dropped the cup in the Rideau Canal.
I've heard that story.
Number three, Howie Morenz took the cup home to Mitchell, Ontario to celebrate with it, and someone stole it out of his house.
That's good. I like that. That's funny.
And number four, while heading to Coach Leo Dan Duran's house to celebrate the win.
Dan Duran?
Dan Duran.
No, Duran. It's not Dan Duran.
It's Dan Duruff. Dan Duran.
Between Dua Lipa and Dan Duran, I'm getting like, this is like a music show.
Her name was Rio? I don't know. Was that them?
That's right.
Yeah, her name was Rio. Well, his name was Leo.
His name was Leo.
His name was Leo. They were going to celebrate the win, and they got a flat tire on their car.
Oh.
And they placed the cup on the side of the road to fix the flat tire. When they got the flat tire fixed, they all jumped in the car and took off, and they forgot the cup on the side of the road. They left it on the side of the road.
That's a lesson to be learned, okay? All of you out there, if you ever win the Stanley Cup and you get a flat tire, call CAA.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you won't forget the cup. Get somebody else to change your tire.
So out there in video land, what do you think it is? Did they lose it on the train? Did they drop it in the Rideau Canal? Did Howie Morenz...
And dropping it in the Rideau Canal did happen.
Did Howie Morenz take the cup back to Mitchell, Ontario, where he lived, to celebrate with the cup like they always do, and someone stole it right out of his house? And then the other one is, while heading to the coach's house, they got a flat tire. They had to take the cup out to get at the jack and everything, put it on the side of the road, jacked up the car, changed the tire, got back in and forgot the cup.
Do you think they were a little bagged when they were changing that tire?
I would say they had a few pop back in those days.
Do you think they were a little bagged?
I would say so.
I would think so.
So what do you think, John? What is it?
Well, first of all, Howie Morenz taking the cup home, that didn't happen. Back then, they didn't let you take the cup home.
Okay.
That just didn't happen.
That's Vinny. He was there.
And plus, all these French Canadians, they would have said, Howie, it's not leaving Quebec. Okay? That's just not happening. Number one. Okay? Number two, party on the choo-choo with the cup. Nah, that didn't happen either. The drop kick happened, but I don't believe it was this particular moment. I think this particular moment was, her name is Leo, that Duran,
yeah,
took the cup, put it on the corner of the street, drove away.
And left it.
Can you imagine? They went and partied up for another couple hours, and then somebody said, "Where's the effing cup?" Right?
That doesn't.
And so they got in their car. They didn't have another flat tire. They drove to the corner, and the cup was still there. And they grabbed the cup and took it home. That's what happened in the story.
What do you think out there? Which one is true? Which one is the true way that the Habs almost lost the cup and made history not only for winning the most cups, but for losing the most cups?
Now that's what happened, okay? Just so we know. But next time, maybe I'm going to give like a false answer just to screw everyone up.
There you go. Okay.
Okay?
So the correct answer is they did. They got a flat tire on the coach's on the way to the coach's house to celebrate. Took the cup out, put it on the side of the road, changed the tire, and they left the cup sitting on the side of the road. When they got to Leo Duran's house, he goes, "Where's the cup?" They said, "Oh, geez, they had a flat tire." So they went back and got it.
And it was right. It was still there.
Yeah.
It was still there.
That's right.
Because they were in Quebec, and Quebec people are like, no, that's the Stanley Cup. We don't touch
Yeah,
that.
it couldn't have happened on the train because they didn't play in Calgary. The series was in
If you
Montreal.
left that cup in Toronto on a corner,
It'd
it'd
be
be
melted
in
down.
the pawn shop the next day.
It'd be jewelry.
Yeah, exactly. But Quebec, no.
And you're right about the Rideau Canal. Somebody drop kicked it in the Rideau Canal, but that was Ottawa Senators when they won the cup. They're the ones who dumped it in the canal. Howie Moran's never took the cup home to Mitchell, Ontario. I made that one up. But it sounded good.
It sounded good.
It sounded good. Anyway, the team included only, like, they had 12 players and a goalie back then, right? 2 lines and a goalie. And it was Billy Boucher.
Some teams still have that.
Yeah, you're right about that. The other guys are just there to watch.
I think the Leafs have that.
They included Billy Boucher, Aurel Joliet, Howie Moran, Sprague Cleghorn, Odie Cleghorn, Billy Coutu, Silvio Mantha, Billy Bell, Bobby Boucher, Billy Cameron, and Joe Malone. And you know what? We've talked about all these players at one time or another on the show.
And I think Simon LeBon was on that team as well, right?
With Duran Duran. And George Vezina was the goalie.
The goalie. So there was no Vezina trophy to leave on the corner.
No,
that was the bonus. There was only one trophy to lose.
He didn't win the Vezina. Isn't that concerning? Vezina didn't win the Vezina?
That's the way it should be.
Isn't that concerning? Okay, so George Vezina is the goalie. Vezina ended the season, get this, with a goals against average of 1.97, including 3 shutouts, and played all 24 games of the season, which led the league.
24-game season.
Yeah, and he played every minute.
How many games do we play now?
82.
24-game season. Think about that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's why they only needed 12 players.
Unbelievable.
Sprague Cleghorn was their captain, and they played the Mount Royal Arena. Was before the Forum, but in the year they moved to the Forum. It was the rookie season for a guy named Howie Morenz. And on a line with Billy Boucher and Aurel Joliet, terrorized the league. The threesome had 44 of Montreal's 59 goals that season.
44 goals
in 24 games.
24 games.
Yeah, and back then, the game was a lot more defensive. So they didn't get a lot of goals. Montreal scored 59, and they were one of the highest scoring teams in the league in 24 games, right? But this line had 44 of Montreal's 59 goals.
Back then, I don't know if the puck was raised that much, and there were definitely no slap shots. So there wasn't velocity on the puck like we see today.
Yeah, it was more playmaking, I think, than it was.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, the Habs had the home ice for the finals and promptly beat Calgary 2 straight in the best-of-3 series, but with scores of 6-3 in Game 1 and a shutout for Vezina, 3-0 in Game 2. And Game 2 was played in Ottawa because the ice was slush at the Mount Royal Arena. It was terrible ice, so they moved the game to Ottawa.
Wow. What time of year was this? Does it say? Do you know what time of year?
I think it was in the winter, but it was just, it was slushy.
Yeah.
Interesting that the O'Brien Cup was awarded to the NHL champion. That would be equal to the President's Trophy today. And the Stanley Cup was awarded to the playoff champion, which is the same today, right?
Correct.
Now, I guess the O'Brien Cup was replaced with the President's Cup in 1950. And the O'Brien Cup was named after Canadian Senator Michael J. O'Brien in honor of his son, Ambrose O'Brien, who was credited with the formation of the National Hockey Association, the forerunner of the NHL. And the Habs have won that cup the most, of course.
Right,
11 times. It's now retired and in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
That's a lot of information.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. Who would ever know this stuff?
You.
Well, now I didn't know it before.
And all of you.
And all of you out there that listen. And this is what
and that's why it's so important to share this information with everybody, to reach out to all your Habs fans, all your Habs friends, and get them to subscribe, get them to like us, get them watching every week.
And commenting. Yeah, please. And this is the neat thing about doing trivia. I love it because our Habs have such a long storied history, and it's impossible for everybody to know all these little details. But it's really neat when you start bringing them out with these guys. And you know what's really funny? When you start doing Habs trivia and you start getting into the older teams, it's a lot of the same names that just keep popping up. These all-star players we had that dominated performances in the league. It's amazing. It really, really is. So there you go. That's the story of the Habs almost losing the Stanley Cup and changing hockey history. I read another story that was crazy, too.
I wonder what would have happened if they had missed the cup, like if they had lost the cup.
What if somebody grabbed it when they left it on
would
the
they
side
have made another one?
I don't know.
Would they have come up with a new cup?
I don't know. It would have been interesting. But I heard one time the guys took it home. The guy took it home and kept it in his basement. And he engraved with a nail all the names on the cup of the team that won it.
Wow.
With a nail. And that's how the tradition of putting all the names on the Stanley Cup got started.
Wow, that's a pretty cool story.
I don't know if it's true, Vinny. You should know. But that's what I heard. The guy took it home and he said, I got to put all the guys' names on. He got a nail and just etched it right into the cup with a nail.
That's a pretty cool story.
And then they said, that's a great idea. And now they have the tradition.
A buddy of mine is over in England right now, and he was like taking a Sharpie and writing his name on the wall at Abbey Road.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, so who knows? That's what I read. I don't know if it's true. It was the Detroit Red Wings or somebody anyway, one of those teams. Who knows way back when, right? It wasn't like today, Bill Pritchard going around with the cup to every venue, right? It was like the cup was all over the place.
Locked up, cased up.
Even kicked in the Rideau Canal. And left at the side of the road. Okay, the past week with the Habs. Let's get into the past week with the Habs here. To be honest, John, not a lot going on. We said that. But there's been more rumors and smoke regarding the Habs making a big move and snagging Mason McTavish from the Ducks.
Really?
And this is a story that...
What position does McTavish play?
Center.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of stories now that Dach is definitely not starting training camp about centers and the Montreal Canadiens making a move.
Yeah, and some of these stories, like this story here, won't go away. They just keep talking about it. He's not happy with the Ducks. The 6'1", 210, 22-year-old center for the Ducks has been mentioned many times, and he kind of fits right in with the way Hughes does stuff, right? He likes to do this kind of a move, and it just keeps coming up and coming up and coming up, and a lot of the pundits that are out there who are talking about moves Montreal might make always include Mason McTavish. So sometimes, right?
I mean, that's
when
like
there's smoke, there's fire.
And, again, now as we start to drill down, it's like, oh, well, this guy's a young center, right? He's 22.
22.
So there's been a lot of talk about picking up older centers or older players. Now, a guy who's a young guy, it sheds different light.
Yeah, now Pat Verbeek, he's the guy who's going to make the move for the Ducks if he makes it. He's going to want Habs to give up some really valuable property for this trade. And he's an RFA, So he'll most likely re-sign with the Ducks. But, where there's smoke, there's some fire sometimes, and this smoke has been lingering in the air a long time. So A2, expect the unexpected. Who knows? Who knows? It just keeps coming up. It's like a bad date keeps coming up. And so I don't know, John, if that's gonna be something that happens, but it's out there, and a lot of people are talking about it. And if we got him, it wouldn't be cheap. But man, what a pickup he would be! What a pickup he would be!
Yeah, I mean, he had a great season last year. He's 52 points.
Oh yeah.
He played 76 games. He's from Zurich, Switzerland.
Yes, he is. Not related to the other McTavish that played in the NHL.
And
Dale McTavish?
He was taken 3rd overall.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't that sound familiar?
So he definitely is like the right kind of pedigree.
Kirby Dach.
The right kind of pedigree.
Except he's good.
Well, except he doesn't have a bad knee.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Neither did Kirby Dach when we got him.
Let's put it that way. But his career has been, he's been progressively getting better each year playing with the Ducks.
Yep. So we'll see. Man, who knows? We do have people that we can give up. We do have people that we can give up that are good. Like Reinbacher might be a guy we give up for it. You never know.
Well, what it all comes down to is, what are the Ducks looking for?
Lots.
But what do they need? What are their needs as far as positional players?
Yeah, they're going to want to build up their team, so they're looking for quality. Okay, another thing, a kid named Michael Hage is making his bones in the hockey world and impressing the hell out of everyone watching. He's dominated the World Junior Summer Showcase. Dale Hunter, head coach of the London Knights, and we know who he is and how successful he is with that team, said that Hage's 200-foot game made him one of the Canada's best players in the Junior Showcase, and that's great to hear.
And that's great news because Michael Hage probably will become our second-line center.
Exactly. So that's pretty cool to hear that.
But with Michael Hage, he has at least, another 2 or 3 years of college hockey?
Yeah, they're looking at a couple more years anyway, probably, before he comes up.
He's got at least 2 or 3, maybe more. No, 2 or 3. So, and then you would think he'd spend a little bit of time in the AHL. So that's really how far away we are at from really making that big Stanley Cup run.
And you never know with these guys, right? If he comes back and has a huge year, you could see him jump before he's finished what he's got to do in college. So you never know, right?
You don't know. You don't know.
A2, expect the unexpected. We thought about that for, Demonov's not going to be over, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden he's playing and first game he gets a goal.
Remarkable.
Got to be giddy with delight about that kid. Another kid who was setting tongues wagging behind the standout in the junior series was Atos Koivu.
Yes, Koivu is his name's been in the news recently for sure.
Hey, a pair of goals against Canada, and we'll see him at rookie camp. But word has it that he's going to decline going to rookie camp. He wants to focus 100% on his season in Finland and play hockey there, so he might not show up at rookie camp, invited or not. And of course, he's the son of Saku Koivu. But he's a bigger version. He's a big kid.
Excellent.
So that's going to be interesting to see if he does come to a training camp or not. And I'd have no problem with him staying in Finland and playing and developing his game. A lot of people say he's probably not going to make the NHL, or maybe he's not good enough to make the NHL. I don't know about that one. He's being talked about a lot.
We shall see.
We shall see. Another name up there. And, of course, the big talk, like we talked about, was Kirby Dach and his readiness to start the season.
Well, and the talk now is that should there be a trade?
I think it just is going to depend on how confident that Hughes and Gorton and MSL are that one of the guys they have sitting around now can make the step and be that second line center, whether it's Owen Beck or anybody else. And if they don't think they can, we're not, we don't want to sit around and wait for Hage because he's not going to be up right away.
No.
So
that's one of the scenarios, right? Owen Beck, Kapanen, one of those players could easily be a center for the Montreal Canadiens at the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
then
definitely.
Do we move somebody up like Jake Evans, or does somebody move into that second line center who is already on the team?
Well, we could see Bolduc trying out for that position. So I know they said they're going to get Mark Bureau, I think the guy's name is. He trains the centers to take faceoffs. And if Bolduc responds well, he may well be the guy in between Laine and Demidov. But somebody's got to get in there and help these, because these guys are too good just not to have a good center. We need somebody who can keep up with them and do the job with them, right? So it's going to be interesting.
And there's a guy named Newhook. Who's a center.
Yeah, but what's Drew Alika? What's Drew Alika think of Newhook? I don't know. I don't want him. I'm not really that hot on Newhook, to be honest with you.
I think Newhook playing with Demidov and Laine? Yikes.
Nah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Now,
it's got to be somebody better.
And Patrick is playing a lot of 3-on-3 hockey right now in Montreal, Broussard, and he's very impressive. He's really ramping up his puck handling skills. He's looking really good. It's encouraging. I think this is going to be, I believe this is going to be a much better year for Patrick Laine.
Well, he said that, and I have him written down to talk about next. I think he will be, and if he gets a center, he'll even be better. So,
and that's why I brought him up, because now for Laine and Demidov, they need somebody who's going to
complement them
and actually help them elevate their game and reach their ceiling.
See, Gary Cournoyer could be right with Kapanen.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and I think I mentioned Kapanen a couple of shows ago.
Yeah, he could be the guy, like right now, because
and that's what I like. I like the logic of bringing those forward. Like I say, we brought 3 or 4 other players in already this year. I think that's enough. This guy that you just spoke about who's playing for the Ducks, he sounds incredible, but what would you be, giving away? I don't know. You'd have to weigh that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be thing.
A lot of people are talking about doing trades. Like I've read like people saying Kadri for Laine. I totally disagree with a move like that.
I'd rather bring him in and be the center of that.
Because I don't see a guy like Kadri being with this team 3 years from now, 4 years from now, when Hague is actually coming up and we actually do make the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah, Kadri and those guys are going to be short. They're going to be short just to span the...
Very Band-Aid-ish.
Yeah.
Yes, and they're not worth the expense for the Band-Aid.
Yeah. So they're going to be there 1 or 2 years.
Sometimes you get caught, you go, I don't need a Band-Aid.
No. I'll just let it get infected and die.
It'll just bleed out and it'll stop. It'll stop at one point. No problem.
No, but if I had to pick Newhook or Kadri, I'll take Kadri any day, right?
No, but I'm not going to trade for Kadri. I have Newhook on my team.
Yeah, I trade Newhook for Kadri.
But I don't think you're going to make that trade.
You're not going to get that trade for sure. No, they're gonna want something. These guys are pretty good. They're gonna want something. And same with McTavish. They're gonna want Reinbacher. They might even ask for somebody like Slavkovsky in that, but they're not going to get that. So forget about it.
And I'd love to see Owen Beck step up.
Well, yeah, we love Owen Beck.
Owen Beck.
Yeah, if he
I gotta believe Owen Beck woke up today, started his routine, found out this news, and I gotta think he's going, I got a chance.
Well, he does, and he's a 200-foot player, a good percentage on faceoffs, and he's good. He's a good player.
Beck and Kapanen both must be kind of rubbing their hands together today, saying this is it.
I got a shot.
I got a shot. Exactly. I got a real shot.
I got a shot here this year. And then, of course, training camp's going to tell the tale who gets the starting shot at it.
Well, it's what you do to make it, It's one thing to be able to do it, but then when you get the opportunity to do it, that's the big deal.
Got to make it happen.
Absolutely.
Hard work. Now, Patrick Laine, this guy is saying that you bet against him, you're going to lose everything you bet, because he's coming out strong this year. He's going to go crazy.
You bet.
And we saw him dancing.
Absolutely. He was a party animal.
And he's got his wife at night saying
she's
on
right.
5.
Yeah, she's right there.
5.
Like, I think this is the season.
I think he's going to have a really good season. And then all the stuff we heard about him and Demidov really gelling. They're really
bonding.
Yeah, like I love that kind of stuff. And he's got a really, really, really good shot.
I mean, we know how competitive Demidov is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Laine now, I think, is finally feeling comfortable about, the experience he had for the past 2 or 3 years. I think it's really, he sees it now in his past. And I think he's so fortunate, and so, as well as he's so happy that he got this opportunity with Montreal. I don't think he's going to squander it. So now him and Demidov, they're getting together and they're saying, you know what? CC, Susie, Slav, okay.
And you know what else it is?
Okay, guys.
And guess what else it is?
I don't know.
Contract year.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
And I don't think this couple want to leave the city of Montreal.
No, I know his wife don't.
I don't think they want to leave.
No, they don't want to leave.
It's too good there.
So I think he's gonna. People are saying 40 goals this year.
I think he's going to put the puck in the net, but I think he's going to play. I think the second line is going to challenge. They get a third player on that second line who supports those two. They are going to challenge the first line.
Well, I said last week that Laine, perhaps it wasn't that he was that bad 5-on-5. He just didn't have the guys to play with, and now he does.
I don't think he was in the shape that he needed to be last year. I really don't.
Mentally?
No. I think physically.
Yeah,
and again, it's like starting slow. Like when no matter what, if you're not there at the beginning of the season, going through training camp and playing those first 10 games, I mean, now when you hit the season and they're like 40 games in, 35 games in, like the league play has elevated at that point.
Yeah, and you're
always playing catch up.
Yeah, and especially
what worked really well was the fact that he could come in and play 35, 45 seconds on a PP. And he showed how he could help the Canadians and support that team. And believe me, Ken Hughes and MSL will always tell everyone, you know what, Patrick Laine, those 20 plus goals, they were very important for us to make the playoffs.
Yeah, well, he's, when you start in December, it's really tough to get going. You have 2 or 3 months to get going. When you start in October, you've got all that.
Well, you're gradually evolving with the entire team, the collective.
Yeah, when the team's ready to go, you're just trying to hit your stride.
It's like, when do you jump in? You don't even know when you jump in. You know what I mean? It's like, and you're skipping, and there's ropes going around and somebody's been in the middle for 10 minutes and now you're going to try to jump in. It's like, are you ready?
Yeah, it's tough.
Are you ready?
It's tough.
It's tough.
And, that's why January and February are so tough in the NHL, because all these teams that were, October, November, just starting to gel and get their legs. They hit January and February, and here we go. They're ready to go.
Not only this, like right now, Patrick is on the ice every day.
Every day.
Every day. He's going to be on the ice now every day until October the 9th. And then when the season starts,
he's ready.
But not only that, you don't see as much ice. Right now he's on the ice and he's not by himself. He's playing 3-on-3 hockey.
Yeah.
When he's trying to come back, he's on the ice by himself during the season. because the players are like, oh, we're traveling to New Jersey, we're flying to Edmonton, and then we're going to Calgary, and then after that we're in Vancouver, and then we're down the coast. And yeah, Patrick, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll see when we get back.
Well,
Yeah.
and if you're doing that as a team as well, you're not getting a lot of ice. So if he goes out and starts to plays his first game with the team and they hit a road trip like that, it's not helping him either, because he's not getting that valuable ice time to get back to where he should be.
Yeah, we started on the road.
Because he didn't have that at the beginning of those first 8 weeks leading into the beginning of the season, like he will have this year.
And when
like him getting that knee injury during the playoffs, that really hurt.
Well, he got his knee injured the first game of training camp.
I think it was the first exhibition game,
the first exhibition
or second
game
against the Leafs.
Yeah,
in Montreal.
That. So I mean,
and Reinbacher got hurt the same game. And Reinbacher, you never even made it back to the NHL.
No, he just got back to just in time for Laval. That was it. So anyway, that's about all I have, John, for today.
Well, I think that's the big news is Kirby Dach today. That's the exciting part of it. It is somebody's birthday today.
Oh, okay.
One of our Montreal Canadiens, somebody who's played for the Canadiens, but plays in Laval a lot as well.
Happy birthday to you.
This could be this again will be a big training camp, and we're going to see where he fits in the puzzle of L'équipe de Canadienne.
Happy birthday, dear.
And Joshua Wah.
Wow.
And we know he's been he stayed in Montreal. He's been working out with the team, working out with some of the guys like Susie. We know he wants to make this team. So, congratulations. Happy birthday, Monsieur Wah.
Yes.
And good luck. Bonne chance on your term this year, your experience.
Happy birthday to you. Joshua Wah. He's, how old is he? 23?
I think you're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
I love it. When you have to say over 30, I don't like it. But when I say 23 and the kid's fantastic, he's just another one of the guys that we got sitting there waiting to come on up when time is right.
He is 22 years old.
22 years old. God bless him. I don't remember 22, John.
You don't?
No.
Oh, come on.
It was like 1974.
No. Yeah, 74 for you, 75 for me.
Yeah.
For sure.
What the hell were we doing?
I remember. It was 50 years ago.
Yeah, I was over the river.
We were having a great time.
Yeah, I was over the river probably having a couple of soda pops.
We were listening to like Pink Floyd and Jethro Tull, Genesis.
Going to see them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, went to see the guys. So anyway, that's about it for me today, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We'll come back next week at noon. Promises made, promises kept, and tell you more about what's going on. If you're taking the summer off and not really in the loop, you have to watch once a week. And we'll give you the news and also our opinions, of course, who sucks and who doesn't, and some Habs trivia. The regular stuff, John.
All the good things. The reason why you guys listen.
Yep.
And watch.
Yeah, we thank Gary Cornway and Stephen Smith and Vinny, our good old
keep those
buddy
comments
Vinny.
coming. They stimulate us for conversation and share it out. And
I like to see other people's opinions.
I totally want to know what people think.
Yeah, because that's, we're just regular guys out here doing a show. But it's the people on the ground.
We're not just regular guys.
Well, we're old regular guys.
We're Habs fanatics.
But it's nice to have the pulse of what's going on out there because, people know what's going on. They got their ear to the ground. They watch a lot of shows that maybe we don't.
No, we have our ear to the ground too. We know what's going on. Believe me.
But,
let's find out if we're right. That I think they're going to stay pat, and I don't see a trade.
Well, unless one of these guys comes up. It's always with you don't know, but I don't see anything right now. Let me put it that way.
I don't see this Cadre Lane trade. Let me put it that way.
No. And
I'm excited to see who's going to step up and be the second line center.
Yeah, we're not going to get
I'm excited about that.
No, Lane's not going anywhere this year. He's got 1 year left. He either performs or he's gone, so he's here.
Absolutely.
He's here. We're not worried about that. If we pick up Kadri, it'll be for something else, and he'll be centering that line. I wouldn't mind that. I mean, that would be good. I wouldn't mind
not
that.
happening.
It might not happen, but I wouldn't mind it if it did.
So that's why we think we know what's going on. We've made some big predictions, and we've been right. So, but we want your input.
Yeah, we got to use. I don't know what's going on. I never know what that guy. He comes up with these. All of a sudden, we got lining. I mean, where the hell did he do that? But here we are. This is the beauty of it.
That's the beauty. And what did he pay for lining?
You know, I don't even remember. He was just on the team.
He was available.
Yeah, like he was available. And we got him. Drew said we were going to get him.
Drew Adika.
Yeah, he said we were going to get him.
He called it.
Right on the show.
There you go.
Right on the show here. Right on the show. So there you go. Anyway, we're out of here. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. My name is Paul Calamere.
Je suis Jean-Louis Filion.
This is Habsolutely, because you know what? It says that right there. It says right up there, Habsolutely. And 4680 Q Radio, downtown Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. The only Habs show with guys over 50 in Ontario.
Over 50? Over 60?
Over 60. Oh, well, over 70.
Over 70. Well, let's keep going. See, we're pushing our ceiling.
Let's keep hammering out the decades.
We're pushing the ceiling.
Okay, take care, everybody.
Ciao, ciao.
Au revoir, mon ami. Thank you for the comments, Vinny and everybody else. We'll talk to you next week at noon. Take care.